If we look back over the last 50 years and consider what is the legacy of the last 50 years for the ordinary Nigerian farmer, the best way to review that is to look in the field, and you'll see that farmers are still planting and harvesting in exactly the same way that their grandparents did, with a cutlass and hoe.
In the first place, the market for agric, especially in this country, is inexhaustive. And we the Banana, we're not scratching the surface really.
And because the farmers could not access tractors, the actual development in the state has been at comatose.
So we had to begin to shop for partners to be able to make that service available.
We have been in various kind of agriculture sector. Our motto as such is Total Agric Solutions.
Yeah, our target, we are looking for almost 1,000 tractors a year. In fact, since Nigeria requires almost 500 tractors in a month.
And that way, we utilize the more than 53 million hectares of arable land that is only 30% cultivated in the country.
If you see, the world ratio is around 19 to 20 tractors per 1,000 hectares. In compared to that, Nigeria is not up to 2 tractors per 1,000 hectares. So you can say there is plenty of scope for the business.
Many people have left farming because of non-availability of equipment, and we could see the effect in the society.
As a nation, 50 years of our existence, Nigeria should be able to feed its citizens.
My name is Brother John Dogo. That is my name. I am farmer.
Babban sana'a na noma. Ai shi kenan sana'an da nake yi noma.
Haru ege, igege, hagbe, haruko, kwaki.
Manual labor is not good. Somebody like me in the middle age.
It dey pain us for body. Even when we do it that time finish, go house. That thing go dey worry us for inside, but because of na swampy area, they make us rheumatism too much.
Za a ɗauki garma a riga yin huɗa da hannu. To ana nan har aka samu kuma ci gaba, shanu suka zo. Har Allah ya kai mu ga shanun ake yin aiki da su kuma yanzu.
Ọkọ àtàdá ilẹ̀ igbó là ń sán, ilẹ̀ ọ̀dán sì ń bẹ ṣùgbọ́n àrí tá ìṣe.
Our hand was tired. If you start farm like that, then your hand will be pay you.
Their crop yields are very low, and the only way to expand their production and feed their family or make more money is to increase the area of cultivation. But that's hard work.
When we buy the hoe, the small hoe, like this one now, we can use it in the farm and plant many things. That's how we are using. We are called this one. This is our tractor.
The biggest problem in farming is land preparation. That's where tractorization comes in.
The tractor market system, it's a bit dysfunctional. The demand and supply are not interacting.
99% of my people are farmers, and they are not opportune to have access to these implements, and they need it just to improve their yields, their economy, and so many other things.
The aftermath of that problem is that the average age of the farmer in Nigeria today is about 62, 63 years. On the average, he's illiterate or semi-illiterate at best. Therefore, the whole idea of tractorization is something that's alien to him, but something he strives for, he prays for, but is so distant from him. Now, efforts must now be made to bring it nearer him.
So when we see that small tractor, if we give us, it go good for us to use it to help even our people. There are plenty. We are planting those things from that place. We are many.
But tí a bá rí tractor lò, a lè dá tó bí éka mẹ́wàá. Táwọn ipa ní gangan tí mẹ́kì àwa ni, mo lè dá bí 100 éka.
If he can have a tractor coming onto his land, he preserves his energy to do the right thing. But because he cannot afford it, you either must put in place a tractor company that will do it for him on a hiring basis.
The biggest challenge that was financing of the tractor as far as we are concerned, because tractor as such is a costly item which the farmer does not have instant finance facilities to finance it.
Èmi ni Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Yekini Akanwo Ọlágòkè tí ó jẹ́ alága ẹgbẹ́ Tractors Owners and Operators Association of Nigeria nípínlẹ̀ Ògùn. Oríṣiríṣi akitiyan láti ṣe tó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé kódà lọ́dọ̀ ìjọba pàápàá a gbìyànjú títí lórí àti rí ọkọ̀. Ní àtẹ̀yìnwá àwọn ìjọba wọn ò fi bẹ́ẹ̀ kà wá sí.
I must tell you that on a daily basis, we have people coming around to say that they want to buy tractors. Because like I said, a lot of land have been put into cultivation. The expectation of the farmers in the area of tractors is so high. And I want to say that, if we have 200 tractors, right now, it is not enough to meet the need of the farmers.
Ìjọba máa ń kó ọkọ̀ wọlé. Ìyí wọ́n bá kó wọlé, bá lọ béèrè fún oríṣiríṣi ìrànlọ́wọ́ tá à ń bá béèrè, wọ́n á fi wá lọ́kàn balẹ̀ ní ọ̀n ní fún wa. Èyí táwọn bá lò tó bá ṣẹ́kù tó wà nígboro tí wọ́n láwọn ò lè lò mọ́ láwọn òkú ọkọ̀ yẹn táwa bá rà wá máa ṣàtúnṣe òun la fi ń ṣiṣẹ́. Ní ọdún tó kọjá lọ́hùn tí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe akitiyan láti pé kí ìjọba lè ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ní àwọn ọkọ̀ tí wọ́n kó jọ kí wọ́n tiẹ̀ jẹ́ kárí gbà náà. Èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí alága ikùn mọ́ ọ̀tún bọ́ sí tòsí kí n tó rí ẹyọ kan gbà. Ẹyọ kan náà tí mo sì gbà wàhálà pọ̀ ń díẹ̀.
Now we do all our necessary arrangement to get a tractor through the government. We couldn't, sir. As of now, I'm talking now. Presently, we are money of the association money with the state government now. Presently, over 180 million.
So this anomaly seems strange. There's an opportunity in the market, but there's nobody responding to the market. We did some surveys, looked around, talked to companies that were selling tractors, and we found that they're selling them entirely to governments.
See, this market is highly dependent on government. Usually federal government purchases from the suppliers. It subsidizes it to the state governments, and later state governments extend those subsidies to the farmers. There is no private market in this country.
The Ministry of Agriculture has a broad objective, policy objective, and to really attain this objective, there are so many programs that government has put into place. And one of those things is the issue of tractorization.
I'm sorry to say, the moment you hand it over to government and say government should do it, the beginning of the death. Let us have a new beginning. Let it be a private sector thing. Private sector.
In 2003, The administrator bought 26 tractors, another 50, another 23. That's 98 tractors. If you look at my back, you will see 2 tractors that are there. That is just the sample, the prototype of the tractors that Autobahn is going to provide for the farmers. And the farmers will just pay 60% of the total cost.
Yes, we heard that. The government was not give us the tractor around this area, or let's say this was our village. Government was not give us the tractor.
There may be some corruption in that arrangement, or there may be just the traditional paternalistic arrangements where government is trying to do its best to help people. But in a way, doing its best in 2010 is often getting out of the way. Let the private sector actually lead.
Maybe the belief of people is that government should do everything, but the government cannot do everything.
Farming is a private sector enterprise. Nigeria needs to put that in its head. The government needs to put that in its head. Everybody needs to put that in their head. Government should only create, using the usual parlance, the enabling environment. I think it's more of an encouraging environment for farmers to now operate as private sector people.
This one in tractor hiring, the business is neat and it brings clean money. There are no much risk involved in these things.
Many are waiting to get this tractor, but they have not been given the opportunity to have the tractor.
If I can get investment in tractor, this is something I'd actually been looking for quite some time, but it has not been possible. But I see there is a big benefit to have my own tractor.
There is scarcity of tractors virtually in Nigeria, not even to my own area. So there is need to characterize Nigeria with tractors. It is lucrative business because there is high demand.
One of the issues has been, is there a market for tractor apart from the big farms? But we are going to see clearly now that there could be such markets.
Tractors make farms more efficient, but they're also expensive. There were very few that were really interested to open up the market and act in a commercial way. This didn't seem to be offering a good future for Nigeria. We managed to find one company, Springfield Agro Limited, who sell a tractor made in India by Mahindra & Mahindra, who were willing to consider going a little bit more commercial in this market. We worked with them over some time and explored some of the constraints that they were facing. And the main issue seems to be the fact that the tractor needs to be bought with loan finance.
Banks have financed agric in the past and they got their fingers burnt. There were guarantees, they were not met, and all that, and banks had a lot of issues.
I don't know whether those people are saying that gave their money to paying farmer or they gave their money to robbery farmer. If you give your money and your equipment and your credit facility to a practicing farmer who is practicing, who make profit, you will get your money and all the interest accrued without any sweat.
There is need to strengthen the social relationships within the weak market system between tractor vendors and distributors, the banks, leasing companies, insurance companies, to make the market system work.
Right. What we really need at this time is that the banks themselves need to fully understand who farmers are. They've never understood us the same way as they have understood the oil and gas people, the traders, the Lebanese, the Indians. They understand them, but they have never taken the trouble to speak to farmers because they see them as synonymous with illiteracy and poverty.
You know, agric is very technical. You must understand the seasonality, you must understand so many other things. And most of the banks do not really have that capacity to go into all that. So they tend like, let's do what we understand best, what we can easily do and make money because we're actually in business for money.
The question of money for farmers, it is the future of this country. Whether the banks like it or not, it is the future. And farming is a profitable business if only the various ingredients we're talking about are put on the ground, and the banks have a major role to play.
Is the tractor service business profitable? yes, I think it is profitable.
The demand, you can't even reach the demand because everybody is waiting. In fact, the first 3 months of the running season, the tractor is fully occupied. We even travel to neighboring states to give the services.
And a week of one-man labor will cost you not less than almost 10,000 to finish 1 acre, of which 3,000 naira to take this tractor will finish the whole 1 acre within a day.
It brings a lot of money. At least you can make about 400,000 to 500,000 in a month out of these tractor hiring services.
If you sample, or based on what is just happening at my own side, I am expecting nothing less than 700,000 in 2 months.
Do you know, I don't even need to sensitize them. The moment the tractor is walking on the road, they start pursuing the tractor. We have land here, we have land here. But last week I was to buy fuel to fill the tractor with fuel. People came from the bush and said, we have land here, we have land there. So I don't need to make any advert or sensitize it. The tractor is publicizing itself.
Our research shows that the market is worth 17 billion naira a year. That's a lot of money.
But I think bringing out the tractor leasing or tractor financing out of it is more like isolating something that is going to act like a catalyst, because now this can maybe increase the production in agri and also make open up new space in agri production.
You can get a loan for a taxi, you can get a loan for a car, you can even get lease finance, but not for a tractor. So we talked to some banks, and it took a long time, but eventually we managed to find an arrangement where Springfield Agro and First Bank Nigeria could work together to provide lease finance so that farmers can get tractors on their fields.
And so we eventually rolled out the First Bank Tractor Acquisition Scheme, which we call the First Track. Our goal under this program is to make available 500 tractors between now and the next 2 years. But we have started under this partnership with Propcom on a pilot level with 50 tractors.
We had a lot of difficulties when we went to First Bank to convince this about a project, because this was a unique project. Nobody has ever ventured into it. After initial hiccups, we were able to convince, and within 3 to 4 months of launching it, we have already exhausted whatever was set as the target.
Ẹgbẹ́ yìí ti wà tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ tí a jẹ́ Tractor Owners and Operators Association, àmọ́ nígbà tí a gbọ́ nípa ètò à ń fúnni ní àǹfààní láti ra katakata, àti pé ẹni tí ò bá wà nínú ẹgbẹ́ náà tí ó jẹ́ àpapọ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kò ní àǹfààní, ó mú àwa náà láti kí a darapọ̀ mọ́ ẹgbẹ́.
Now we have to join the Twan to get a tractor through the Twan, because the Twan have an arrangement with the Springfield and the First Bank, an agreement about the issue of the tractors.
Nínú àwọn tí a jọ ní lọ́kàn wípé a jọ máa ṣe gba ọkọ̀ yìí, gbàtàn rí wípé ó ń pẹ́, àwọn kan ní 419 ni, ṣùgbọ́n àwa tá a dúró at the end of the day ó padà yọrí sí ayọ̀ àti bí a ṣe fẹ́. Inú wa sì dùn lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ wípé wọ́n gbé mọ́tò náà fún wa.
But this is just a drop in the ocean. I think it needs to be replicated.
So we're sure that other companies will soon start to crowd in and copy what Springfield Agro and First Bank have been doing.
First, you've chosen an equipment that's coming from a country that have the same kind of level in terms of education, poverty, size, and so on as Nigeria. That's India. Mahindra, I was very happy about that.
Our objective of having all the need related to a farmer under one roof, so that is why we introduced ourselves in tractor business.
And they are here assembling in Nigeria.
We offer sales after service, and we undergo trainings also for operators, mechanics, and even farmers.
The other thing is that they started at the grassroots and they are building up. We did not hear that government awarded a contract of building 200 or 300 tractors, and then all of them are sitting in the Ministry of Agric.
Àwọn Mahindra wa ń fi dá wa lójú pé nípa ọ̀rọ̀ tractor pé kò séwu fún wa. A dẹ̀ lọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn, a rí pé àwọn spare part Mahindra yìí ó wà nílẹ̀.
Whichever location we go, we identified a mechanic that is accepted within that society, and then partner with him, give him a training as per our own specifications. And if he qualifies after giving the training, we make him a service, authorized service center.
Lóòótọ́, àwọn tá jẹ́ mechanic, a ti ń repairs àwọn tractor yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn other tractor. But Mahindra, wọ́n sọ fún wa wípé ọkọ̀ táwọn ká tó wá gba ìmọ̀ kún ìmọ̀ ká lè mọ àwọn nǹkan tí a fẹ́ máa ṣe.
Presently, we have over 15 service centers across the country. And then we have trained so far up to about 500 mechanics and operators.
Actually, here in tractors, we are not only interested in the sales of tractor. Here we train the mechanics and the operators on how to use tractor for optimal productivity, agricultural produce.
We're looking to see Oceanic Bank, maybe TAC Tractors, maybe Fidelity Bank starting to move in and compete with each other so that more farmers can have more tractors.
There must be an overall policy. Central Bank must be right in front of this. Don't again do what we have always done. When these ideas come, what comes first is those to be awarded the contracts, not what is good for the farmer, the end user. Nobody ever asks them.
The farm machinery and hire service is a component that is covered in the Agricultural Credit Guarantee Scheme. And so the comfort of that scheme can enable, in fact, it's already built into the First Track product program. And so we are leveraging the comfort provided by that scheme to make this service available. We are hoping that with this pilot on course and our being able to achieve our own target of 500 in 2 years, perhaps we will be able to do that which the government had intended.
I'm very excited about it. And I believe that all the banks in Nigeria, all the banks, if they see agriculture as the future of this country, all the banks in this country must want to be part of this.
So you see there is no how you compare it with any other commercial venture you will engage into. And you know it's safe, it's secured and profitable.
So more companies that are selling tractor should come in. Then the financial institution, they should finance the tractor hiring services or tractor business. It is lucrative business.
Nigeria becoming fully mechanized will really bring in a lot of benefits. More income for the farmers and the service providers, more food for the nation to feed its teeming populace, and better well-being, because you will begin to see a social change in the lives of the perceived poor in Nigeria.
If you see, the world ratio is around 19 to 20 tractors per 1,000 hectares. Nigeria is not up to 2 tractors per 1,000 hectares.
Your business will not thrive unless those small farmers expand their field.
My expectation is, you gave us this loan for 2 years. We will pay it before the year runs out, before the first 1 year.